Hey, this is Presh Talwalkar. Find all solutions in non-negative integers a and b such that the square root of a plus the square root of b is equal to the square root of 2023. That's part 1 of the question. Part 2 is a coding challenge, and I will present a solution in Python. Let's say you are given a non-negative integer n. Write a program to find all solutions in non-negative integers a and b such that the square root of a plus the square root of b is equal to the square root of n. Pause the video if you'd like to give this problem a try, and when you're ready, keep watching to learn how to solve this problem. We begin by tackling the first part of the question. Whenever you have square roots, it's a good idea to try to eliminate the square roots. We will first solve for the square root of a. Then we will square both sides to get that a is equal to the square root of 2023 minus the square root of b. We then expand the binomial to get a is equal to 2023 plus b minus 2 times the square root of 2023b. Now let's analyze this equation. A is a non-negative integer, 2023 is an integer, b is an integer. The only part of the equation that might not be an integer is the square root of 2023 multiplied by b. So we'll notice that if and only if this square root evaluates to be an integer, we will have a solution. So we have a condition that will find a solution if and only if the square root of 2023 multiplied by b is a natural number including 0. Then the prime factorization of 2023 is 7 multiplied by 17 squared, so this is equivalent to 17 multiplied by the square root of 7b. Now this will evaluate to be a natural number if the square root of 7b is a natural number. So b is equal to 7 multiplied by x squared, where x is a non-negative integer. So that's the condition for a solution here. By very similar logic, we can solve for the square root of b and figure out a condition, in this case, so that a is equal to 7 multiplied by y squared, where y is a non-negative integer. So we figured out some conditions for b and a. We'll substitute that into our original equation. From here, we can simplify because x and y are non-negative integers. So we have y multiplied by the square root of 7 plus x multiplied by the square root of 7 is equal to 17 multiplied by the square root of 7. We divide both sides by the square root of 7, so we have the simple equation x plus y is equal to 17 for non-negative integers x and y. This is very easy to solve. We have 0, 17, 1, 16, 2, 15, and so on. We have a total of 18 pairs. We can then substitute in for x and y to get the pairs a and b. So we'll end up with 18 pairs of solutions, as shown on the screen. And that's the answer to the first part of the question. So now we need to take this analysis and generalize it. Let's say we are given a non-negative integer n, and we want to find all solutions in non-negative integers a and b such that the square root of a plus the square root of b is equal to the square root of n. How do we do that? Well, let's go over a critical part of the proof. In this analysis, we saw the critical condition was that we had a solution if and only if the square root of 2023 multiplied by a was a natural number. So, in our general case, we're going to have a solution if and only if the square root of n multiplied by a is a whole number. So let's put this idea into pseudocode. We're going to write a function solution n. We need to have a go over the values of 0 to n. We'll evaluate if the square root of a multiplied by n is an integer, then we can compute the value of b, and we will return an array of all ordered pairs A and B that are solutions. So let's implement this in Python. This is not going to be the most efficient or best code. It's just going to be useful for explaining the solution. So we'll import the math library. We're going to define a solution n. We initialize a list for the result. For a in the range 0 to n plus 1, a will go over the values of 0 to n. We compute the value of b. Then, if b is an integer, we're going to add the pair a and the integer b to the solution list. And we continue this loop. Eventually, we return the result of all these ordered pairs. So let's try n is equal to 16. We're going to print all the solutions here. To get a better sense of the code, we can use Python Tutor's code visualization, which visualizes the code line by line. We import the math library, we define the solution, we have the value n is equal to 16, and we will print all the solutions. So we go to the function solution16. We first initialize an empty list. We start with a is equal to 0. We evaluate b. We check if it's an integer. If it is, we add the pair a comma b. We do this for a is equal to 1. We get another solution. And we continue this loop for a is equal to 2, and so on. And it will continue until a is equal to 16. In the meanwhile, we keep adding ordered pairs a, b, if we find out that a and b are integer solutions. This stops at a is equal to 16, and thus we are going to return the list result, and we get the following pairs of 0, 16, 1, 9, 4, 4, 9, 1, and 16, 0. And those are all the solutions for n is equal to 16. What's amazing about putting this into computer code is that we can input other values of n. We can then visualize all of these solutions just at the click of a button. This is what happens as n goes over all these other integer values, and we just get the results of all these ordered pairs. It's so amazing to commute these things so quickly. We don't have to go through each case by case. Now, there is a hitch as we incorporate computer code into our solution. There are all sorts of difficulties when you start coding. So in this vein, I had a computer programmer evaluate my code, and he gave me some feedback. I want to thank Rohit for his help. He suggested the following Python code. We import the math library, then we define calc b as a function of a and n. This will return the value of b based on a and n. Then we can define the solution n in one line. So there are all sorts of ways that you can do this. So I think it's wonderful if we can incorporate coding into mathematics. Thanks for making us one of the best communities on YouTube. See you next episode of Mind Your Decisions, where we solve the world's problems one video at a time.